Hello everybody, Althermere here. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be getting into just some tips and tricks and things that maybe you don't know from a veteran player. Um, because I've seen around people who don't know where to get certain things, and maybe even sometimes they rely on the crown store. And it's like, you don't really have to rely on the crown store. You know that, right? Like they know this, right? And it's like, well, maybe they don't, because, maybe they were a player that weren't around when there wasn't a crown store, and there was a time when there wasn't one. So let's just get right into it. I don't really want this to be a super long video. Um, so first, I want to cover looking for a guild. This is something that um, I think needs to be covered. Maybe a lot of people don't know. A lot of people like, how do I join a guild? What do I do? Right? So it's very simple. Okay, you hit, if you're on PC anyway, you hit G if that's the key binding to go into your guild. If not, just open your guild slot. There, also these up here aren't just for show. Like this is for inventory. This is for character. This is for your skills. This is for your champion points, journal, collections, map, group, friends, guild, which I'm going to cover, except, alliance, war, mail, notifications, help, which I will be getting to too. All right, so if you need a guild, all you do is go into your guilds and you go to Guild Finder. Now you can browse guilds by what they deem their guild as. Trading guild, maybe a group PvE guild, maybe a role playing guild. They also got social guilds too, PvP, all different kinds of guilds, right? And you can always tell how active a guild is by how many players are in it. Whether that's, active players is 454. Now you can always click on the guild. I'll show you. You just hover on a guild. I am Aldmeri Dominion. I want to see what this guild's all about. And they tell you right here in the description. If not for you, that's fine too. Go back and you just keep scrolling until you find something that you enjoy and you can do a play style, more casual play style, right? Maybe you want a more hardcore play style. Maybe you're casual, right? Activities. And they also have additional filters here. You can filter out alliances, roles that you typically, like, oh, I'm a healer. What guilds need a healer? What time do you play? I'm looking for a guild that's really active with a lot of players. There you go. You know, Guild Finder is something that I think probably needs to be um, pushed a little more. Like people don't really get it. They don't um, use it enough. But this is where you would go to find guilds. Another place to go to find guilds, I guess you go on the official forums. There is a place for PCNA or whatever need you are, but that's kind of like a dead area of the forums, just like any other subgroup besides general. So I would stick to in game, crafting guilds. All right. The next one is another area that doesn't get enough attention. Not even kidding. You don't get enough attention. It's the help area. Okay. The help area covers so many different things: player basics, control mapping, movement, sneaking, what things mean, camera controls, interactions, everything player to player, like it, Crown Star, yeah, but like chapter, like overview of the chapter, overview of the Arcanist, Sanity's overview that. You know what? Also, the best part is is you can, see character progression, skills, you know, where to, if you need to redistribute your skill attribute points, where to find them. Wayrest, you look for this icon on a map. Typically Wayrest, Elden Root, Mournhold, or pretty much a capital, right? Another one is, a lot of people don't know that you can get the cure for a vampire. And it tells you right here, you can cure vampirism at any time by finding a priest of Arche in major cities. But this removes access to the vampire skill line. You can reattribute the skill line later, and your progress will be preserved. Meaning, if you're max level vampire and you cure yourself, you don't have to re-level vampire, which is great. Again, same thing with werewolf. It tells you look for a priest of arcane major cities. Now, before they were only in certain cities. Usually those were the end zones where you could also get. Now you can also get these in certain locations at certain times. It tells you about werewolf, how to obtain it, right? You can get it from a player, or you can get it from like certain groups that are in certain locations. Those locations are the Rift. That's typically a more popular one. The Rift here. You could also do Reaper's March, or what's the end zone for Bankerai? Those are the three zones. And what's also cool is, like, it just also has all the different events. So let's say this also has all the different past things that you could morph, what they were, the ones that are coming up. But it also has a lot of the events. Let's say you hear people saying, "Oh, the Zeal of Zenithar event is next." You're thinking, "What in the world is that?" Well, there's a there's a place to find it right there. And if you don't know where to find it, let's say you're looking at this, all this, and you're like, where do I even start? Obviously, just like any search engine, type in Zeal, boom, right there, right? Let's say, well, I'm vampire. I don't want to know more about vampires, right? There you go. Player progression, skill lines, tells you the different skill lines, but it also tells you about vampire, how to get vampirism. Same thing as werewolf. Certain zones, which are the last zone in the Alliance area, which is, again, Reaper's March, the Rift. Those are the two active ones, really. You can cure it. Again, same thing, Priest of Arche. And that's just, this help feature, I think, needs to be featured more. There's how to do fishing, how to do filleting, antiquities, companions, the gear, endeavors, what that is, Tales of Tribute, how, turn timer. It tells you, and everything that you need to know is right here. Justice system, how synergies work, the different kind of synergies. Like Black Widow, this is undaunted skill. It tells you all about enchantments, soul gems, glyphs. Everything you need is covered in this help area, and really needs to be used a lot more. Really, you know. Next, actually, I wonder if crafting's in here. Crafting. There you go. It tells you everything. Crafting, creation, improvement, decon, refining, filleting, research, like everything. Everything, okay? Next, I want to do. Did you know that the Crown Store isn't the only place you can get things like storage, like storage, or where are they? Crafting camp. Like storage, or these research scrolls, or anything like that. Place you want to go for stuff like that. Now, in order to get things like that, you have to do things called writs. It's a part of crafting. Again, those any information on that is in the help section. But you do your daily writs, crafting writs, and you can do master writs. Master writs give you things, give you something you can collect and spend on, just like any other, like gold or AP or Telvar. I'll show you here. As soon as my thing comes back. Longest loading screen ever. Come on, man. This isn't. It's the middle of the night. This really shouldn't be this busy right now. God damn, dude. It's like 3 people here and it couldn't load. I forgot what I was. God damn it. Alright, so. Oh, right. So you go currency and writ vouchers. They're on my writ character, my crafting character. So I think I have like 20. So you spawn at Grotwood and you go over to this person here, who is who you turn in your master writs for. There's 2 areas you could do. He's gonna have the newer stuff. She's gonna have the past stuff. Okay, and I'll show you.
I like to think of this as
You got alchemy stations, attunable, which attunable means that you can take this to an item set like Julianos or Seducer or whatever, and you can make it into this. He also has blueprints, furniture, the dye station, the ebony motif, like pretty much all the stations. Let's just get that out of the way. The recipes for specialty furniture, target dummies, the bigger ones, the humanoid ones, which are something smaller, obviously. Again, right here you got research scrolls, chests, storage coffers, so you can store stuff. Transmute station, woodworking station. So you don't have to go in game. You don't have to go into the crown store to buy these things. All you have to do is writs, and honestly, writs are easy. Don't worry about that. You're looking over here at these prices, and you're like, "Oh my god!" Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You can collect those pretty easy. You do writs every day. But and she has other stuff here. Furnishing portfolios that you can buy. The outfit station, again, research scrolls, all different kinds of things you're looking for. So you don't have to go into the crown store for these things, okay? So let's try to remember that, because I think a lot of us veteran players don't remember is that a lot of a lot of us were playing when a lot of these things were introduced, so we're kind of used to it, right? Okay, now this is what you'd be looking for. Consumable crafting writs. Those is or equipment crafting writs. Now I already have those on this character, so I don't have to do those, which is the beautiful thing, right? But you would talk to, let's see, I think they're in here. If you don't want to, if you don't know, if you haven't picked up crafting writs, and you don't know how to do the daily crafting quests, you would talk to, let's see if I can find them. Come on, where are you? Jim. I thought they were right here. Because they're always in the city. Maybe I'm just so used to the locations of Blackwood. Now, if you want to do the Somerset ones, that person that gives you that quest is located in Alinor. It's the only place that you can pick up that. Also, a secret about skipping the these fucking NPCs. Skipping the dialogue. Okay. If you want to skip the dialogue and just basically get certified for each one, make sure that that you are over level 10. If your crafting for blacksmithing, clothing, whatever is over level 10, you can skip a lot of the tedious stuff. Now, I wouldn't suggest it if you're new to crafting or new to the game. But if you just want to skip it and get certified and get right into doing those crafting dailies, then just make sure you're level 10 and the dialogue will change and he'll be like, hey, I've seen your stuff. And you can just basically get like instantly certified. So now we're going to jump into PvP, more specifically Cyrodiil. This will be a little quicker because I just want to explain home keeps and when when an alliance takes another alliance's scroll, like what that means and just where you can put it in Cyrodiil. Because I've noticed, especially during mid-year mayhem, White Strikes mayhem, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people don't know, and I think people get frustrated, and veterans get frustrated, and I don't know why. I mean, I do and I don't. It's like we forget that we were new too, had no idea what the hell we were doing. But I just hopefully for the people who watch this understand. Let's say you're Ebonheart Pact, right? You want to know what are your home keeps. Now, home keeps means, these are basically your more important keeps to get the home keep bonus. So for red, that would be King's Crest, Arius, Farragut, Blue Road Keep, Chalman, and Drakelow. Now, home keeps are the only keeps that you can put an enemy scroll in. Okay. And if you are an enemy, let's say you're Daggerfall and you want to take Ebonhearts, you would need to take Arius and Kings for the scroll of Chim, or Arius and Farragut for Gartok. And then you can put it in any of your home keeps. The home keeps for DC are Warden, Rayless, Glade Mist, Drake, not Drake, Dragonclaw, Ailswell, and Ash. AD is Bloodmane, Farragle, Blackboot, Brindle, Row. I believe. I think Alessia too. I'm kind of lost on that one. Gotta be honest now. I haven't been AD in a while. Okay, and this is where the bonuses would be. So you have your home keep bonus, which increases your alliance experience points and gold earned by 5%. Now let's say you have Emperorship alliance bonus, increases your max health. This one's a little weird because they changed this because the max health is based on. Shut up. These NPCs just been hearing the same sentence for like 5 years. Trying to do a video. Shut up. I hope these little tips are helping you, because there's so many things that I want to touch on, and I really do hope it helps, But these are just all the bonuses you can have, and based on certain things, you get certain bonuses. Like let's say you have a lot of enemy keeps, you're up to this one. Well, gold earned is up to 12%, and you increase your weapon and spell critical by 6%. And then you get earn this one. Now it's 7%. And what this means is it depends on how many enemy keeps you own. So you have 4 enemy keeps. You have this one 5, 6, 7 goes all the way up to 9. So, and this is the emperorship. In order to become emperor of Cyrodiil, you need to take each of what's called the ring or the circle. It would be so you need Alessia, Ro, Ash, Ayleswell, Chalman, and Blue Road Keep. You need all these. I mean, the outposts aren't important, but they're important for connecting and making sure you can teleport to all these keeps. Okay. In order to lose emperorship, you need to now. In order to gain emperorship, you need to have all these keeps at the same time. So you see here, blue only has to take BRK, what's called BRK, and Alessia to crown an emperor. But if AD takes Ro before DC takes Alessia and BRK, then they don't get it. You see what I'm saying? And same thing with losing it. Okay, to lose Emperor, you have to lose all these keeps, and they have to be enemy owned. So to save it, you just gotta take one of these back before you lose all the keeps in your fine. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So many things written down. Oh, right. Here we go. These are called, to get to daily endeavors, you would, pick group, and you get to see the daily endeavors of the day or the week. You can also have the zone guide, and what the zone guide is, it tells you, you know, how many of the story zones you did, how many of the way shrines you know, how many, all this stuff. It tells you all these things that you have. I found all the sky shards, I found all the books, library books, and it tells you the achievements you got last in the zone. There's also a dungeon finder, battlegrounds, and trails of tribute too. And that's all in the group area. Really do hope a lot of this stuff helps you guys and girls out there. I mean, it's something that I think a lot of us veteran players kind of take for granted. It's almost like we forget. And let's see if this is explained. Not right. And I think it's important that this gets highlighted and that people understand and people know where to go, and people aren't just blindly buying things in a crown store, when you can easily find it in game. It may not be necessarily free because you have to do quests and earn the writs, but again, writs are easy. I mean, let's say you have 5 characters. That means you can do all the writs on all 5 characters every single day. And that's also a good way to earn gold, to be honest with you. I mean, it's the easiest thing. Another tip too. Let's say you're a max crafter, right? But you want to learn. I mean, you want to get. You need more of the lower CP, but you're really high CP like me, right? Let's say you're 15, whatever. You just come back to the game. You don't really remember crafting. But you need your friend who just started the game, got up to let's say there's CP 50 or something, and you're like, oh, I'd love to make your stuff, but I don't have any CP stuff. Now you could just buy them from a guild store, but if you wanted to gain them, another way, which is just through collecting, like harvesting, you would go into the menu, go into crafting, and then select this. And what this does is it allows you to use different ingots. So I can level up and use steel ingots. And that means every time I go around, it's going to be, I can't remember the split, if it's 50-50 or if it's, I'm not sure what the split is, but there's 50-50 between rubidite, which is the max level crafting rate, and the writ that you have unlocked. So if I don't need any more iron ingots, oh, well, I need some steel ones. Let's upgrade up to 2. And you go up to the ingot that you need more of and just go around and harvest nodes until you don't need them anymore. And then again, just keep leveling, just keep switching. And if you want to, again, going back down to, this is the area you would go to if you wanted to respec. Say, okay, well, I'm at level 10. I don't, but I want to do, I need what turns out to be like, I need 5 out of 10, not 10 out of 10 unlocked for ingots. Well, you just go here and respec. So, let's see how I've covered everything. It's a little harder to do this one, but to level Mage's Guild, let's see if I can find any here. What you would do, if I can find any. My kitty keeps meowing when I have out. God, I'm too good at collecting these. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna. There's little books around. You'll see this icon on the map right here. It's a lore book. Okay. And that's how you level your mages guild. You collect lore books. Another way of collecting leveling your mages guild is doing the dailies for the mages guild, the undaunted, and the fighters guild. Those are located in your alliance's capital. So Groutwood, Deshawn, and Stormhaven, I think. I'm not really big DC person. But you would do the writs in their capital and then turn them in at the areas that you turn them in there, and that will level you faster. For Fighters Guild, leveling that is just killing Daedra, killing undead things. That's pretty much the easiest way to level that. It's pretty much, well, it's the only way to level that. If you're ever curious on, it's like, how, do you just hover over it, it'll tell you. Destroy dark anchors or kill Daedra and undead to increase your fighter skill rank. Collect special lore books to increase your rank. Undaunted, complete group, dungeon, arena, and trial quests, as well as Undaunted pledges to increase your rank with the Undaunted. The best time to level Undaunted is during the Undaunted event, because I believe your progression in this is higher. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I would say the most important things to grab out of this video is what these mean, but the help section. This will tell you if you're ever curious about anything in this game. The help section will tell you. Champion points, enlightenment, what that means, the system, the cap, point scaling, all the different events that we have in this game. Your group activity, fire inventory, everything that you could think of and want to know more about is in the help section, and it's all free. This is all, knowing this is all free. Reading this is free anyway. So I really hope this helps you, everybody. Thank you for watching the video. I will see you in the next one.